Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got in a safe to take a look at. This one's coming from Xegis. This safe looks to have decent capacity. You can use a key to get in or a keypad. Plus there's a third way to get in that I've never seen on a safe before. So stick around if you want to learn about it. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications of it. I'll show you guys how to program it. We'll use it and then give some thoughts on it. So kind of what you see up here in the front is pretty much the only information on the box. So let's get cut into this and see how it's packaged and everything that we get with it. I'll pull everything out of here and show it to you in a minute. It looks like it's some screws and tools and charging cables, but we'll get that out in a second. And then we have the safe itself, and then like a tethering cable. Alright, got everything out. So we got some quick startup guides, the regular manual. This is a type A to type C charging cable. Got your Allen key and some screws. There are some keys with it, and then like I said, that tethering cable. So as far as the material used to make the safe, I'm not 100% sure. The Amazon listing says that it's alloy steel, but when I take a magnet, it literally doesn't stick anywhere that I touch around the safe, not even down here on the lock. Magnet will not stick. If I go to the hardware, it does stick to that. But yeah, as far as the safe, it doesn't stick anywhere. As far as exterior dimensions, we're looking at just over 12 inches in width, about 9.5 inches in depth, and just over 2.5 inches in thickness or height. Try to grab you a weight of it. So we're at 3 pounds, 14 ounces, so almost 4 pounds. So I mentioned already that you could use the keys to open this up. You can use the keypad. And then it has this biometric scanner right here. And biometrics have been around for safes for a long time. And pretty much all of them use a fingerprint, and you can usually program, multiple fingerprints. This here, what's different about it is that it actually uses the veins in the palm of your hand to detect it. And you don't have to actually like touch anything. You basically just hold your hand over top of it. They recommend like 4 to 8 inches above this little panel here. But basically however like your vein structure is in your hand is what this is going to detect. They act like you can get in this thing in like 0.1 seconds. But we'll obviously be testing all that out. I'll try it, maybe with the back of my hand. It should not work that way. I'll try it with the other hand. I may program both hands, but we'll get into all of that stuff. So let's use the key to open it for the first time. Okay, so we do have some foam padding in here. Just a little bit of foam up on top. It's not real thick up here. Like there's the panel. Kind of want to show you guys like the thickness of the door there. So somewhat thin on that. Even though the walls, these are kind of like double walled here. There's like one right there and then another one right there, but not the thickest of steels, if it is steel. So down in this lower right corner is going to be a little toggle or power switch. We're going to flip that and turn this display on. So this display is going to show humidity, the current temperature in the room, and you can see this little like battery level indicator over on the right side there. So I once had another biometric safe that actually included a USB-C cable as well. And basically you would put like AA batteries in it. And if they failed, you could then just take like a battery bank, and then that included USB-C cable, and you would plug it in and be able to open it up, like if you couldn't find your keys or something like that. Well, this one here actually has a built-in battery, and this is your USB-C port right here. And so if you see that your battery starts getting low, which I love that display, it tells you all the information, you can just basically recharge that battery. They claim that you should get about 6 months out of the battery. I don't know how many milliamp hours the actual battery is. And then I'm sure that the number of times that you're getting in your safe throughout the day will affect that 6 months. Before we get into setting everything up, let me show you guys the interior dimensions. We are looking at basically 11.5 inches. Let's go to the shortest spot. Just over 6.5 at the shortest, just over 7 at the longer, and about 1.5 inches. So the keypad does require 6 buttons in order to unlock your safe. By default, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to press that to be able to change and set up our own. And then when you're hearing this beep, we're going to hold 1 for about 3 seconds. All right, now it's saying setting. So we should be able to put our new password in. All right, let's do 6 ones. And then OK. And then we have to re-enter it. All right, it should be set now. So let's close the lid. And now let's enter the 6 ones and see if it'll open for us. That does spring open really fast. Let's go back and let's try the original one, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just to make sure it's not working now. It did not work. That's what it's supposed to do. All right, now let's look at programming the palm vein scanner. So you have to have the safe open. We have to enter in our password, which is now all ones. Makes this noise. Now we're going to press 2, hold it for a few seconds. We're going to get this setting. And then basically all you do is put your hand, again, 4 to 8 inches above that. And now it should be programmed already. So let's close the lid. Put our hand 4 to 8 inches above it. It pops right open. I kind of have the tripod in between me and it, so I'm going to try to get my hand here. Yeah, that is quick. It's moving a little bit, but that's obviously what the screws are for. But you can see how fast that thing works. I'm going to try my opposite hand. And we're getting a double beep, meaning it's not working. Which again, that's what it's supposed to do. Back of the left hand's not working. I'm going to try the back of my right hand, which is the programmed hand. And yeah, it's pretty amazing, this technology. Like, it's so fast. You just put your hand just over it and it just pops right open for you. Anytime you have a biometric scanner that's on a safe, I always recommend using a second finger or whatever, but in this case I would recommend programming your other palm as well, just in case you have a cut or something like that, or a bandage or something on that hand. You always want to have the other hand be able to get into your safe as well quickly. And so now I just did that same procedure to program my left hand. So now I have 2 ways of getting into it easily. I showed you that display earlier. If you don't want your temperature shown in Fahrenheit, you can switch that to Celsius, just entering your code. And then press 3 and hold. And that should switch us. Now we're in Celsius. You can also change this to, or if you don't want those beeping sounds, you go over here and hold 4. And now when I press anything, it doesn't make any noise. So as far as capacity, it's actually pretty decent. These are all 9 millimeters. This one has 12 round capacity. This one has 12 round magazine, and this has a 10 round magazine. And there's still room that I could put some jewelry or something like that in there as well. This here is a full size duty gun. Fits in there no problem at all. I think that this one has maybe close to a 4.5-inch barrel with the light on as well. Plus I could put another pistol here easily. I don't know if you guys can see like kind of like this purplish blue. There's actually LED lights that are kind of built in down here, and anytime that the door pops open, those lights are on. Hopefully you can see that there. And again, I know that they described this as a gun safe. It's got the quick access, which would normally be a gun safe, but you don't have to keep just guns in it. You can put any valuables. I threw an iPad mini in there, passport, and a watch, and there's still a lot of room over here to put more stuff, or you could easily stack stuff. There's a lot of room between there. So the safe is designed to be screwed down either to like a desk, or maybe a dresser or a nightstand or something like that. So they include this tethering cable, and in my opinion it can be used in one of two ways. First is, let's say you do have this screwed down to like a bedside nightstand or something. Well, you can also use this cable to then either like attach this to like a wall anchor, or maybe like around like a bedpost that can't be moved easily, and then it kind of like double secures the safe. The second way is you can use this in your car. So basically this is going to feed through here like this, and then this end is going to come in through here. I'll show you that here. So all you're going to do is unscrew this and then take this end, feed it from the outside of the safe, and then you can see that it's coming through here now, and you just screw this back down to it. And then once it's all the way tight, it can't move. And then this would be, you know, secure to whatever it is that you took it down to. So I know it's going to be really hard for the camera to see anything, but I'm in an interior room of my house. There's no windows at all in this room, total darkness. I'm going to see how well this safe will work. I'm kind of putting my hand over it. Yeah, it popped right open. No problem. Let's try my left hand. It works really well, even in total darkness. Let's see what this display shows while we're charging. It looks like the battery kind of just like flashes right there. I assume it will probably stop flashing once it's fully charged. And this, if you were to have a completely dead battery, you can actually do this exact same thing like I talked about earlier in the video, and this will immediately allow you to open your safe. Like, it doesn't have to like charge back up to a certain percentage. If you're completely dead and you plug this in within, you know, a second, you can get right back into your safe, or obviously use the key. And I also found the information on the battery. It does say it's a 2500 milliamp hour battery. Also wanted to clear up on what the material is. This says it's a high strength aluminum alloy, which definitely makes sense. But again, the Amazon listing says that it's alloy steel, so that's obviously wrong. So as far as mounting this, I would recommend keeping it kind of in a horizontal position. Again, you could put this inside of a drawer or desktop or whatever, but I would not try to mount this like on a wall vertically. I don't think it's designed to go that way. Like, it would probably work, it would probably spring open, but then your stuff could likely like fall out of it. So yeah, I would definitely keep it horizontal mounted. And it looks like this safe has a 3-year warranty, and they include an email address that you can reach out to them should you have any issues. So what do you guys think about this safe? Would you consider using something like this? I actually really like it, and I think that palm vein technology stuff is really sweet. I don't think they list any type of like fire rating, so I wouldn't consider it like a full-on safe. It's really kind of something to keep like kids away from things that could potentially hurt them, you know, and just give you quick access to those things. You know, clearly somebody with a crowbar could probably get into this in a few minutes, or maybe even just like a hammer and a screwdriver. So it's not like a true safe, but it is still pretty cool. I like that there are 3 ways, you know, to open it up. I like that palm print scanner is really fast, and you can program, up to 50 different palm prints. I don't know why you need to do that many, but you can. I do like that it has that built-in battery, that it's USB-C rechargeable, and it shows you your battery status right there. I also like that it shows for sure the humidity, the temperature. That doesn't really matter too much to me, but sometimes certain jewelry likes to be at certain humidities, and even like your guns and stuff, like you don't want it to be too humid because it can cause some rust issues. I also like that the storage space is actually pretty generous, and I like that it has those built-in LED lights in there. For fast access, the safe is clearly designed to use your palm print, to get into it. If I could change something though, I do wish that you could have a shorter passcode with the keys here. From what I've read, it has to be 6 digits. I would like that to be able to be maybe 3 digits just to get into the safe faster. And the last thing I'll mention to you, there's really no way of changing this, but it is loud when it opens. So like if you're in a bedroom middle of the night, and somebody were to be in your house or something, they're going to know exactly where you are, and they're going to hear this for sure. Like the entire thing is loud. Like the sound of the mechanism undoing the lock is loud, the lid opening is loud, just everything about it is loud. So like I said, these are available on Amazon. At the time of me making this video, they're coming in around $157. I will leave that link down in the video description in case you guys want to find out more information about it. If you want to read some of the other reviews, or if you want to pick one up. And also, if Xegis were to offer me any type of discount code, I'll put that down in the video description as well. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.